Hey friends, this is T again with another reaction video. And today we're going to be doing a reaction on Emilia Pérez is Awful, the worst Oscar Best Picture contender. Now this is by NERDROTIC, and this guy is just so funny, man, and very accurate, okay? The reason why I love him so much is because he loves movies. He's a big fan of movies. And I believe he does this is because Hollywood is just being crazy right now, and you got to put him in check basically, and that's what him and the Critical Drinker does. They basically use jokes to kind of put Hollywood in its place, hoping that they will go back to the original format, you know, being funny, being entertaining, what have you. So a lot of people probably think, oh no, not the way he insult Disney and all these other companies. He must hate movies. I'm saying that's the opposite. They love movies just like I do, okay? And I'm hoping that it works as well, because Hollywood is really screwing up, especially with this particular situation, okay? Now, unless you've been living under a rock, this Emilia Pérez, that's a transgender woman, okay? And there's a lot of details we can go under, and we're going to do that in just a minute. But first, please like, subscribe, and share this video. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. That way you know whenever we come out with new videos, okay? All right, let's get with it. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. But before we get into the reaction, I just want to go over the basis of what's going on, okay? Now, the movie is called Emilia Pérez, and the star of the movie is Carla Sofia Gascons, and it's this person right here, if you didn't know, all right? And the premise of the movie is that this person is supposed to be a gangster. I haven't seen the movie. I'm just telling you what I heard. This person is supposed to be a gangster going into hiding, I guess protective custody or something. And when they do, they always wanted to be a woman. So this person got a operation to change into a woman. And it's supposed to be a musical. All right. Now, I don't hate musicals if they're good, but if they're bad, they're really bad. All right. And, you know, it's a stupid premise. And I heard it's just a terrible movie. I mean, what it got, like 13 or something on Rotten Tomatoes, not from Rotten Tomatoes, from the audience. Rotten Tomatoes gave it like 78. I don't know why. It's a terrible movie. Now, the controversy is this person went on social media before they started this movie and said all kind of stuff, okay? I did read a little bit of that. And now this person in trouble. Well, not legal trouble, but, you know, nobody want anything to do with her. Netflix, the people that start with this person, they don't want nothing to do with this person, okay? So it is what it is. So I just want to go ahead and do this little article about the New York Times right quick. You know, New York Times got their problems right now anyway, okay? But either case, the story is here, okay? Emilia Pérez and the new era of online Oscar scandals. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. So let's go ahead and read a little bit about this. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Last August, when I first met and interviewed the Emilia Pérez star, Carla Sofia Gascon, she told me that she was not the type of person to back down from a conflict. I'm a great warrior, Gascon said then. I love to fight. If it was up to me, I would go on all the talk shows and fight with everybody all the time. Okay, this is not too far from the truth. If you read a few of her social media posts, very, very combative, all right, and said a lot of things that people got offended, especially Hollywood. She shared this to illustrate how fraught her life had become in the years leading up to Emilia Pérez, when Gascon, previously known to Mexican audience for her work in television, came out publicly as a trans woman. But that hint at her combative nature could also have been considered something of a sneak preview. Now that the newly Oscar-nominated actress has become embroiled in a scandal, they embarked on a defiant media blitz that has imperiled both her career and the formerly front-running award campaign of Emilia Pérez. Now, they're gonna, from my understanding, gonna proceed with giving this movie an award because, to me, it's all political and everybody know it. Even the people that support them know it. So, because, like I said, I saw clips of it and it just looked terrible. The singing, all of it just looked bad. But they're gonna go along with it because there's still other people that started this movie. And from my understanding, they're not gonna invite Sophia to this award show. They're gonna keep this person out. But I also heard that this person, Gascon, is still gonna try to go anyway. still going to try to accept it anyway. I don't know how that's possible, but Netflix said they're not going to pay for it. If you show up, that's going to be on your own dime, because I guess when they want to support you, they'll support you with money. That seems to be the thing with liberals. They always give you money when they support you. I guess that's a good thing in a way, as long as it's their money, as long as it ain't nobody else's money, just theirs. But Netflix decided not to do it. The co-stars, Selena Gomez, and I forgot the other girl name. She played in the Guardians of the Galaxy. I forgot her name in the moment, but they don't want nothing to do with her, it seems. I don't know this for a fact, but it seems that way. I mean, after the stuff they say, it was like something racist or some other stuff that this person said. So a lot of people are upset, but they got to continue to go through it because it's still a trans person. And from my understanding, I was about to go to the GLAAD website. They said basically this person don't represent us. And I think they said this. They might have said this before they found out about the social media thing, okay? I'm not exactly sure, but it definitely didn't help when they found out about the social media thing, okay? It was basically didn't want nothing to do with the situation. And once in a while, GLAAD does go against Hollywood if it benefits them, but a lot of the time they usually agree. But yeah, so this person is a fighter, definitely, and I think this person is going to continue to try to get this award, because this is probably the only chance this person gonna ever get an award again, especially after all this stuff. And this person apologized and everything, but that's not gonna matter, because when liberals throw you away, they really throw you away. Okay, they don't want nothing to do with you after that. And usually in those situations, these people try to become conservatives after that, which is very interesting. Okay, but let's go ahead and get into this reaction, because I'm really excited to hear what NERDROTIC has to say.
Sex change operation.
I see. Man to woman, or woman to man.
Man to woman.
From penis to vagina. Is it?
That is so terrible. That is so terrible, man. That is so bad. I seen that clip. That is so terrible. Even listening to it now is just cringeworthy. And they gave this person 13 nominations. Oh, goodness, no. Well, not just that person, but also the movie itself. It's just terrible. And people that like musicals will hate this, okay? And the people that hate musicals, definitely, this is their excuse of why they hate musicals, okay? This sounds like a kindergarten wrote this, all right? It's crazy. But let's go back again. I don't want to keep interrupting like that, but I'm going to interrupt when I find a point that I want to say something.
Hello, very nice to meet you. I'd like to know about sex change operation.
I see. Man to woman.
How far would liberals go, man, to push their ideology, man? They will go to extremes to do it. It's ridiculous.
A woman to man.
Man to woman.
From penis to vagina. Is it for you?
Changing the soul changes society. Changing society changes it all.
What?
Doctor, you better trust my Mr. Mystery. If you had seen what he has shown to me.
If she's really singing, she got a voice on her, man. She should do something that actually is good. Some other type of musical. But she decided to do this for some freaking reason.
De cuerpo que cabe pero yo, pero que vale la pena que son feliz que soy yo.
I want to know it all. What is the protocol, the techniques and the risks? How many operations? How much time do you need?
Mammoplasty.
Yes.
Oh, no, man. No. That's so terrible. I love him, man. The way he clipping these clips in. Oh, this is terrible, man. It's really, really terrible.
What is the protocol, the techniques and the risks? How many operations? How much time do you need?
Mammoplasty.
Yes.
Vaginoplasty.
Yes.
Rhinoplasty.
Yes.
Laryngoplasty.
Yes.
Vaginoplasty.
Yes.
Rhinoplasty.
Yes.
Laryngoplasty.
What is that?
Adam's apple reduction.
Yes. NERDROTIC.com.
Greetings, you over 1 million awakening wonders and the 40% who haven't subscribed yet. A little film came out late last year that flew under the radar until it won a few Golden Globes and then was nominated for 13 Oscars. According to the
13.
Academy of Motion Picture Arts and
No, I haven't seen Wicked, but I heard Wicked at least got some good songs. I heard some people do like Wicked. I'm not saying it's a good or bad movie, but I heard at least the songs were definitely good. And they got more nominations than Wicked. That's how ridiculous this is, okay?
And sciences based on those Oscar nominations, this film is better than Ben-Hur, It's a Wonderful Life, Apocalypse Now, The Godfather Part 1 and 2, Citizen Kane, Casablanca, Lawrence of Arabia, Star Wars, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Lord of the Rings The Two Towers, Lord of the Rings Return of the King. And again, based on those Oscar nominations, it's tied with the #1 grossing film of all time while adjusting for inflation, Gone with the Wind.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
I heard you can't even watch that now because people complain about racism and all that kind of stuff, man. It's ridiculous. It's so stupid. I'm so glad that these people aren't in charge right now, but you know, they really going off the rails right now because of what Trump is doing right now. And this is what the people want, and yet they don't care. And they showing that they don't care. Just like nominating that movie for 13 noms. They don't care what people think. They don't care what any critics say, any YouTubers say, audience say. They don't care. They're going to do whatever they're going to do, and they letting you know they're going to do whatever they want to do. It's ridiculous, and they're ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't give a damn.
And this magnum opus of pure cinema is Emilia, Pérez, and everyone hates it. The alphabet community hates it. The Mexicans hate it. The leftists think the message isn't progressive enough, and everyone else is laughing their asses off at it. And its worldwide gross, depending on who you go to, is either just over $4 million or $11 million. And it currently has a 22% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes.
22.
To be fair, it's sitting at a certified fresh 74% from the corporate access media critics. But nobody's taken them seriously for years or counts them as people. But if you add that to the 71 score on Metacritic and the very middling 6 out of 10 on IMDb, it doesn't exactly scream 13 Oscar nominations. So against my better judgment, I thought I'd test my sanity and sobriety and check it out. I mean, how bad could it be? Now all I need is an editor. Strange. Perry's not answering, and he said he'd be home all day. Good thing I've got another. Hey, Garrett, it's your lucky day. Let's check out the Oscar darling, Emilia Pérez.
This is ridiculous, man.
It is Emilia.
You know, Saldina Gomez, I forgot her name. I'm not talking about Selena Gomez. I'm talking about the other girl, Saldina. This is all I can remember about her name, right? She already was embroiled in some other controversy, too. She was playing some black actress, and she's not black. Well, she don't consider herself black. She considers herself Hispanic. But she was playing a black actress, and they darkened her skin, and black people went off. She still did it, though. She knew that this would be controversial, but she still did it. I forgot the name of the actress she's supposed to be portraying, but people were pissed. And it was a very popular black actress, too. I forgot at the moment. But she did it anyway. She's very rebellious, this person. And I'm not surprised she did a movie like this. It's terrible. 'Cause they give you a chance to read it. They try to sell it to you, telling you what it's about. She decided to take it because of rebellious reasons. Probably money, too. But she decided to do it anyway. Just to spit in the face of audiences. They act like they don't care at all, man.
It's Emilia.
Emilia.
It is Emilia.
Ugh.
I immediately regret this decision.
Imagine my shock that this viral clip that came out late last year that is still going to this very day was attached to a film that's won awards, including but not limited to the Cannes Film Festival Jury Surprise, the Cannes Film Festival Best Actress Award. Believe me, we'll get to that.
You know, this is another thing, too. I'm going to go back a little bit to that, because I don't want to miss what he's saying. But don't get me wrong, but this person's just not really attractive in a way, okay? I've seen trans women that, I mean, gorgeous looking, okay? They could have got anybody like that, but I think they try to make a point. It doesn't matter if this person walked in with a beard, okay? You still supposed to accept this stuff, okay? That's the point I think they're making. That's the reason why I think they hired this particular person, okay? Because I'm telling you, if you go to Thailand and all the other places, there are transgender women that look, I mean, you could not tell, okay? Because they look so good, all right? But they want to push this stuff so badly, and they don't care. They don't care, like I said, if this person had a beard or what, or a person that didn't go through the full transitions. They just want to push this narrative big time. And that's the reason why I think they hired this person. I don't think it's because of talent or this person can sing. They just needed somebody, you know, they could put in there and that you know this person is a transgender woman, okay? All right, that's the reason why I believe, this is my opinion, I believe they picked this person to play this role. They're regretting it now, but I think that's the reason why they did it.
Jury surprise, the Cannes Film Festival Best Actress Award. Believe me, we'll get to that. The European Film Award for Best Film and the Golden Globe Award for Best Motion Picture. And here I go thinking it was just another bad streaming movie from Netflix. And after watching it, it turned out to be just another bad streaming film from Netflix. A boring, soulless, and contrived intersectional fever dream that's a cross between a bad attempt at a John Waters film, Mrs. Doubtfire, a theater kid's performative art adaptation of Sicario, and a corporate DEI seminar. But on top of all that, it's a musical right down there with the worst parts of Joker 2. A film that is self-described as not only gender bending, it's genre bending. And
you know, I was always wondering, why is Disney and Hollywood just wasting so much money on this stuff, right? You know, it's like they losing money like hand over fist, man, over this crap, but they still pushing it. But then come to find out, USAID, okay? And it's not, I don't think it's just that particular organization. I think they're getting money from the government in other ways, just like that organization right there. They're getting money from the government, taxpayers' money, to subsidize all this crap they do it, okay? And that's what now it's just, you know, it's just opening everybody's eyes now. Because I was always asked, why aren't they worried about, like Disney, why aren't they worried about losing so much money? Why are newspapers printing stuff? They know that people know it ain't true. And people are not buying their stuff anymore. They're kind of leaving. Even the people on the left are starting to kind of leave and reject this stuff, okay? And you thinking this is not good business sense. It doesn't make any freaking sense. Why would they do that? Because they have like an unlimited amount of money coming from taxpayers, basically. This is what I believe, all right? I could be wrong, but I think that's the case. All right, I'm making an assumption here. All right, especially with this stuff. And there's going to be more stuff coming out. There's going to be more people implicated in all this crap, you know. So, but now that is answering a lot of questions for me, okay? So I'm like, now I understand. Maybe they're not even spending their money. They're spending somebody else's money on this crap. So that answered the question for me.
in the end, the only thing it'll end up doing is breaking your will to live. Instead of giving a plot synopsis, I'll just give you the whole damn plot, considering that Emilia Pérez is not applicable at the domestic box office and hasn't even made the budget of Godzilla -1 worldwide. Juan Manitas del Monte is a ruthless cartel boss responsible for the deaths of hundreds, maybe thousands of men, women, and children across Mexico. He hires Rita Mora Castro, an underappreciated female lawyer who's much smarter than her male boss, who starts the film by getting her guilty client off for murder for killing his wife, to help him transition into a woman fulfilling his long-held desire. After Rita takes a consultation in Bangkok, which in this film should be called Lost Cock, which is the scene that blew up on the internet. And yes, because we have to go through this together, I'm going to subject you to it one more time.
No, God!
Hello, very nice to meet you. I'd like to know about sex change operations.
I see. Men.
I think it's written like this, these songs, because nobody wanted to be involved in this crap. These people think they like taking risks, they think they brave, but they just made poor choices. And now they realize that they made poor choices, okay? And I think that's the reason why the songs sound like this. Because nobody with any grain of salt that writes musicals or songs for movies will do this crap. Nobody with any sense anyway, okay? It's so freaking ridiculous. What's going on these days, man, only usually happen in fiction, okay? It just seems unreal. Unreal, man. It just seems insane what the stuff is happening right now. It's crazy.
To woman, a woman, to men.
Man to woman.
From penis to vagina.
No, God, please, no!
I want to know it all. What is the protocol, the techniques and the risks? How many operations? How much time?
that this is gold for a YouTuber, man. This is pure gold, okay? I mean, even though we desire them to write good movies or whatever, right? We still need movies like this, though. Just to laugh, man. Just to laugh, okay? And some people make money, but just to laugh your tail off, okay?
Do you need?
Mammoplasty.
Yes.
No!
Vaginoplasty.
Yes.
No!
Anoplasty.
Yes.
Laryngoplasty.
Yes.
Control laryngoplasty.
What is that?
Adam's apple reduction.
Yes, yes, yes.
No!
You know, it seems like they're promoting that. They're giving you all the things you could do. It's almost like a big promotion for plastic surgery, okay? And this is what I'm getting out of this, okay? Like I said, I haven't seen the movie. This is probably the parts that I haven't seen. I saw the other part at the beginning. I saw that part of it, but I didn't explore it anymore because I thought it was terrible and I didn't see the point. But now that I'm hearing more of this, I'm thinking this is just a big fat promotion. That's what I don't even think it's a movie. They paid these people money to star in this stuff because it's supposed to be like a big drug commercial or something, okay? Instead of putting it in front of the Super Bowl, they just decided to make a movie out of it. Terrible, man. Terrible.
Apple reduction.
Yes, yes, yes.
No!
Here's the good news. You don't have to watch the rest of the movie because, believe me, it gets worse. After finding a doctor in Israel, Juan Manitas del I'm losing my full Monte goes through the gender-affirming surgery, fakes his death, and sends his wife, played by Selena Gomez, and his kids to Switzerland. Zoe Saldana's Rita gets a big payday, and then there's a 4-year time jump, where Juan Manitas del I lost my full Monte is now Emilia Pérez, who has decided that she can't live without her children. Emilia Pérez is now going to pose as the kid's aunt, and this is where we get to the Mrs. Doubtfire portion of this nightmare. And Selena Gomez only agrees so she can hook back up with Sancho. For our international friends, Sancho is a term in the Spanish-speaking world for the dude hooking up with your girl when you're at work or in prison. And for some magically contrived reason, Selena Gomez doesn't recognize her husband at all. Emilia Pérez and Zoe Saldana return to Mexico to start an NGO, a non-profit organization that helps connect the dead bodies of the people killed by the cartel with their families. This is done by paying the locked up members of the cartel who killed them to tell them where the bodies are. This is where Emilia Pérez gets into a relationship with a woman. Emilia Pérez settles into her new life with Rita, Selena Gomez, her kids, and her girlfriend. Things are going great until Emilia Pérez finds out that Selena Gomez is going to marry Sancho. Emilia Pérez, who is now a lesbian, I guess, really embraces the role and assaults Selena Gomez, who flees with the kids to Sancho. After failing to run Sancho out of town, Emilia Pérez ends up getting kidnapped by Selena Gomez and Sancho. Zoe Saldana then gathers a raiding party who performs the loading of the weapons dance. Everything goes sideways, and then unfortunately, yet predictably, Selena Gomez, Sancho, and yes, Emilia Pérez die in a car crash.
Well,
And they singing through all this? This is supposed to be a musical? Like I say, it's just a promotion for plastic surgery. That's what it comes down to. I don't think it's about the LGBT community. I don't think it's about trans. I don't think about anything. It's a bunch of doctors and organizations that want to sell drugs and do plastic surgery and make tons and tons of money. It's a big promotion. That's all this is. That's all I'm getting from it anyway. You can leave it in the comments if you disagree. That's fine. But I'm just saying that's what I'm getting from it. It's just a big fat promotion. And they want to continue making money. That's why they're fighting so hard right now. Not only in America, but also to push this all over the world. Back to USAID, okay? They want to promote all this crap. And unfortunately, they use a Hollywood to do it, to make this garbage, all right? It's crazy, man. It's just insane.
And then unfortunately, yet predictably, Selena Gomez, Sancho, and yes, Emilia Pérez die in a car crash.
well, how about that?
And if you watch this movie, you're gonna wish you were in that car with them. And the film ends with Emilia Pérez being deified like Jesus Christ. I wish I was kidding. Thematically, Emilia Pérez is all over the place, keeping in mind that this is a French film.
Completely incomprehensible.
And they supposed to be known for good independent movies, man. And they making stuff like this. This right here tells you how much reach these companies got right now, okay? in order to get and this guy probably a decent director, in order to push this crap out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? And we finding out more and more about this stuff. Okay, so like I said, France, they were great and known for great independent movies. I can't say they known for action movies or high budget movies or anything like that, sci-fis or anything like that. They're great back in the day. And usually you can't understand it. You gotta like read just to understand what's going on in the movie. But it still was good though. It was still a great independent movie. But now it's like everywhere they reach out, and I'm talking about these companies, okay? Everywhere they reach, they ruining everybody's reputation. They are, man. And it seems like they don't care. It's ridiculous. It's almost like it's like self-sacrifice for some crazy good they think is good anyway. I mean, it's ridiculous, man.
C'est la vérité.
What the hell were they trying to say? Your guess is as good as mine. Was this a story of personal transformation? Sure, through surgery. Was it a critique of the narco culture and the overall corruption in Mexican society from a French perspective? Well, it was hard to tell through all the bad musical numbers. And there's some other gobbledygook about living as your true, authentic self, but as with most of these films, it comes off as stereotyping. I think they were trying to tell a tale of redemption in there somewhere, but that's really hard to believe considering this film's grasp on morality.
Cuando me besó las manos y sentí sus lágrimas. Por primera vez me amé a mí misma.
Isn't that nice? Emilia Pérez loves herself after connecting a mother to the dead body of her child that he probably had something to do with.
Well, how about that?
On the bright side, we have a new film genre from The Guardian, trans gangster.
Look how they mess with my Johnson.
Then there's the musical numbers.
Want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Doctor, you better trust my Mr. Mystery.
They probably paid her a crap load of money to do this. I can see them finding a bunch of people that's desperate to be in a movie. That's easy, okay? But her, she don't need to do stuff like this. But they probably paid her a crap load of money and made her a ton of promises, okay? It just didn't turn out too well.
Ahora no me chinguen, primita.
Quiere robar a mis hijos.
Cálmate.
Y por primera vez.
La gente habla, pero ahora
Es una condena. Pero que vale la pena que son feliz que soy yo. Guys!
This is so terrible, man. This is so terrible. They did it on purpose. They surpassed Showgirls, okay? A lot of people say that was a terrible movie, right? They passed Showgirls, all right? Showgirls probably was one of the worst movies. Other than the nudity and hot chicks in that movie, it was a terrible, terrible movie, all right? But Showgirls was so terrible, people loved it. Just because it was so terrible, all right? It was another movie, too, that was also terrible, too. I can't remember. This guy produced it, directed it, all that kind of, and starred in it. And it was so cringeworthy, right? But from looking at these clips, this movie surpassed all of them.
As far as the performances are concerned, Zoe Saldana is probably the best thing in it, and she does what she can with what she is given. She ends up coming off as a bit of an idiot, although we are told through a song that she is intelligence incarnate. Selena Gomez, who is capable of singing, decides not to in this movie, but she does a lot of crying, but it's nowhere near as good as this performance.
I just want to say that I'm so sorry.
You know, I think that was actually an apology to Mexico for Emilia Pérez. This brings us to Carla Sofia Gascon, who plays a dude for the first third of the film and is up for Best Actress. Oh man, I'm rooting for you. But you know who probably isn't? The woman whose spot you took, but what the hell do I know? Maybe Shakespeare had a point. In the end, Emilia Pérez is going to go down as the worst Best Picture nominee and quite possibly Best Picture in the Oscars history. It's boring. It's woke. It's cringe. It's simplistic. but it's just pretentious enough to give an aura of sophistication to convince a bunch of dumb rich people to give it awards. Everyone else hates it, including the alphabet community. From GLAAD, Emilia Pérez is not good trans representation. And the uber progressive left, Emilia Pérez is a regressive movie that thinks it's woke. Oh, it's woke. It's just shit like the rest of them. It will probably win an Oscar or quite a few. Or how about pissing off the entire country of Mexico? Why Mexicans find Emilia Pérez disrespectful? Why is Emilia Pérez hated in Mexico but Oscar nominated in the US? And it looks
and I think it have something to do with the fact that that a lot of people over drug cartels and all that kind of stuff, a lot of people are perishing. They decide not only to make it a musical, but also to promote some stuff that they probably don't believe it, because a lot of Hispanics are like religious, okay? And now you promote this crap and try to spread it all over the world. I'm sure it's not a surprise that they're not happy about it.
Looks like it has a lot to do with a very stereotypical view of Mexican society and Selena Gomez's fake accent. And if you go over to Rotten Tomatoes, there's a lot of half-star and one-star reviews in Espanol, and they don't look very nice. And there's article after article. Why Emilia Pérez is loved by Hollywood and hated by everyone else. Emilia Pérez is winning awards. Why is it causing controversy too? Emilia Pérez is as bad as audience say, and its nominations raise questions.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult to believe a lot of these this media, because we're coming to find out a lot of them was like taking money from the government, taxpayers' money, okay? So it's hard to believe none of them stuff. So I usually like to go to YouTubers, the one I know that seem to be honest, because there's some people out there that I also feel like don't got no proof, but also feel like they're getting paid or something, right? Or either that they don't want to cross these companies because they want to have these interviews and stuff like that, so they don't want to mess things up with Hollywood, okay? So I follow people that Hollywood basically rejects, and the only thing they can gain out of doing YouTube videos about this stuff is just a paycheck, but they're not getting anything from Hollywood, basically. Those are the ones I usually follow, okay? So what stuff that come out of Forbes and all this kind of stuff, you can take it with a grain of salt.
It definitely raises one. How can a movie that, again, is just a bad attempt at a John Waters film get 13 Oscar nominations? And the answer is simple. Sure, Netflix was pushing this hard, and I wouldn't besmirch the sanctity of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences by suggesting there was some payola going on. My guess is it was political, considering the Oscar nomination voting ended in January. It was their chance to stick it to the man. We'll lose more money than you can possibly imagine by hastening the demise of our declining award show. Despite Emilia Pérez making me think I was a bit too harsh on Madam Web because it's one of the worst movies I've seen in years, and the music made me want to stick pencils in my ear, and I did not intend for that to rhyme. For my part, I'm with you, Hollywood. I hope it sweeps.
What the fuck is a movie? Okay, what the fuck is a movie? You know what? Something that plays in theaters for a token release for 4 fucking weeks, all right? And by the second week, you can watch it on television. I didn't get into all this for diminishing returns. I mean, It was bad enough in 97. I mean, not in 97. It was bad enough in 2019, and that was the last fucking year of movies. All right, and that was a shit deal as far as I was concerned. The fact that it's gotten drastically worse.
NERDROTIC.com.
All right. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous that they will go this far. I mean, the liberals right now acting really nuts right now. And it's not just in Hollywood. We're talking about government and all over the place, man. They're acting crazy and desperate. Okay, because people starting to see through all this stuff. And the election with Trump is showing it, because so many things are changing. We can say back to normal again, back to what people accepted as truth. And they're going to fight to the bitter end. You just can tell, because they gave this thing 13 nominations, man. And nobody, even some of the people on their side, don't think it deserves it. They say it's a terrible movie. Mexico hate it, GLAAD hate it. I mean, but they just had to do it, man. They just had to do it. Now, only reason why now they don't want to have nothing to do with the actress now, in that this trans actress, is because of the racist stuff this person said. That's the only reason why they don't want nothing to do with this person now. Not because this movie was crap. Because of that person went on social media and stated their own opinions about something. And that tells you a lot right there. I might not agree with that person's opinion, but they still have the right to say it. And Netflix and Hollywood is not accepting that. You just can't state your own opinion and be an actor at the same time. They basically showing you this, okay? It's terrible, man. It's terrible. I really hope things, will correct itself. I really do. Everything become balanced. The left start to understand that they're not the only people in America or the world. The other people got different belief systems, cultures. But it's hard, man. They trying to change the world, which is impossible for them to agree with them on that. It's not gonna work. It's just not gonna work. But that's all I got to say. This was funny. I love NERDROTIC. I'll always leave the link of the full video. That way you can watch it without interruptions. This guy is hilarious. I love his stuff. Definitely subscribe to him, okay? Subscribe to me as well, all right? Because I also work for money too as well, so please help me out. All right, I really appreciate all of you coming by. Thanks again. This is T and Peace.
Sex change operation.
I see. Man to woman, or woman to man.
Man to woman.
From penis to vagina.